It's pre-Cardiff mid-card madness. Gentlemen, raise your beverages. It is an NXT party.
Support, no DQ.
Welcome everybody to the NXT party for episode number 58 of NXT UK. I'm your host, the Rated R reviewer, Stefan Osborne, joined as always by the General Jerry Slaughter.
Good evening, wrestling fans.
And back by popular demand, we have the two Chris's of the NXT team. We've got Chris Mace, Chris Willis, Holiday. How you doing this morning?
Doing good this morning, y'all.
And I got this one, the notorious CJW. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, Jerry. How you doing?
Tired. But that's me all the time.
CJ Dub.
CJ Dub. CJ Dub. CJ Dub.
So, that is probably the most hyped we are going to be for this episode.
Oh, yeah.
This one, okay, I kid. This was a pretty good episode of NXT UK. But considering this is the go-home show for Cardiff, I think I had higher expectations and they didn't quite meet them.
Yeah.
So as a whole, I think this show was a little bit disappointing just because it's the take-home episode. If it was any other episode, it'd be just fine. Up to pretty good.
Yeah.
But, overall, do you like it?
Well, I liked it, but I didn't love it. There's like one segment in the whole thing that I loved, and that was like right in the middle of it. So, otherwise, the main event, Williams versus Devlin, that surprised me. Because I didn't really see them as main event worthy, more or less. But at the same time,
Devlin is. But
out of the bunch that we got for this evening, that was definitely going to be the main event of the night. So,
yeah, that's true. Our first match is, say no more, Ilya Dragunov, and he's coming off of his first loss 2 weeks ago to Kassius Ohno.
Yep. Kassius.
This is NXT UK, so we have to call him Kassius Ohno.
Mm-hmm.
And that surprised the hell out of me in two ways. First, that he won. Second, that was a really good match.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking awesome match. Like I said, it took two superstars that I didn't care about, put them in chain wrestling that normally I don't care about, and somehow I enjoyed the fuck out of that match.
Well, it was the fact that we saw something else out of Dragunov other than clotheslines as well.
That's true. This match is supposed to dig him out of the hole that was one loss. And it was against Tyson Tbone, and immediately off the bat, I underlined Ilya Dragunov. He's winning this match.
Because Tyson Tbone has not won shit since he debuted in this company.
I don't believe he's got a win in any column, tag team, or singles, or otherwise. Let's start with Chris Mace. What did you think about the opening match here?
I thought it was okay. Dragunov needed the win after that loss to Ohno, so I don't know. I thought it was, like I said, it was a pretty good match.
Whoa, Dragunov needed the win?
Tyson Tbone needs a win.
Somebody needs to throw T-Bone a bone. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying here.
T-Bone's there until I see him. I'm like, oh, you're still there? I mean, that's how much I forget about him.
Notorious CJ Dub.
Yes.
Oh, come on, guys. Tyson Tbone has won some victories in the past, but not too many. Come on, guys.
No, he hasn't won one match here,
has he? I don't think he has.
This victory. Well, I'm glad he won. The match was pretty decent, but poor Tyson Tbone. That's all I can really say. He's won about 2 victories one-on-one. He's won some matches in the past.
Yeah, but never.
I did some research, guys. I did some research.
Yeah, but not NXT UK. I don't think.
Yeah, I have the records right here. I have.
You had to challenge him, Jerry. You had to challenge him. I was just gonna agree and let it go.
I got the. Let me see where.
We have the records too. It's just our new notebooks probably don't have them.
We actually have notebooks because the other notebooks where he won.
They're not that
was like
new.
maybe 56 episodes
Look at all this
ago. We're on 58.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here it is. He's only won one victory. Yeah, just one.
Was it by any chance his debut match?
Yes.
He debuted. He got a victory off of the momentum of debuting, and they set him up for a loss, probably against Dave Mastiff.
Mm-hmm.
You are correct.
And that was his little push, just so that Dave Mastiff would get even more momentum off the back of beating him.
Mm-hmm.
And he hasn't won a match since.
Wow.
He did have one of the two cool moves that I saw in this match. He had this half and half release suplex.
Yeah.
Half Nelson, and it looked like he wanted to go for like a half a chicken wing, but really he just comes across the front of his chest.
Yeah.
But it's still a great looking suplex. He did not get a pinfall off of that. And we did get to see Drago's 6-1 lariat for a near fall. He hits a release German on a guy the size of T-Bone compared to him. Looked impressive.
Yeah.
He hit a top rope senton that I'm just like, I just see Ruby Riott going up to the middle rope and doing her senton, and that's what it looks like to me. He's just tucking everything in and going for it. And then he hits that Torpedo Moscow, which we have since learned is a headbutt to the chest. In this case, I'm pretty sure it was a headbutt to the side of the face.
Yeah.
But either way, he got the victory. Who hasn't? You haven't gone yet. Jerry, your thoughts?
I pretty much was in the same boat with you. Is the fact that Dragunov was going to win this match. And it just seems like Tyson Tbone just can't catch a break here in any way, shape, or form. They put Saxton Huxley. He can't win in tag matches. He can't win in singles matches. He's just he's just going nowhere fast. I hope they do something with him or get rid of him. He shows
at the very least.
He shows a little bit of promise.
At the very least, he's higher on the card than Jack Stars.
Yes.
So after this, we get a video package hyping up Toni Storm defending the NXT UK Women's Championship against Kaylee Ray, and they have a lot of history. That's what I get out of this. They have a lot of history.
We've learned that they have a lot of history over the past couple of weeks.
This is filler so that they don't have to be on the show, but they can still hype the championship match at Cardiff on Saturday. Which, by the way, we will be watching and we will be doing a review. So, anybody care to comment on? I think we could skip the video package.
I think we could skip the video package this time around because we've already discussed this. We've talked about predictions wise.
Let's skip the video package and talk about this selfie promo that we get from Jack Gallagher. And he starts talking about Kassius Ohno. And I'm like, we've already seen this match.
Yeah.
But he reminds us, we saw it. But when he got pinned, he had his leg under the ropes. And when Kassius saw it, after the pinfall, he kind of brushed it to the side. And he wants to get either a clean loss or a victory over Kassius Ohno. So he's going to challenge him next week. Does anybody here actually want to see this match again, though?
I have no problem with it.
I don't got a problem with it. The only problem I have with it, storytelling-wise, you're doing the exact same kind of similar storyline between two different shows. You're doing this with him, Kassius Ohno, and NXT UK, and you're doing this with him and the Brian Kendrick and Cesaro on 205 Live. You're doing two similar storylines, almost exactly alike on two different shows. Like, okay, so you've gotten screwed more than once on two different brands. Like, okay.
So, Jerry?
I really don't care about this match. I really don't. But at the same time, anytime I say I don't care about a match, I end up watching it, and they make me care about the match. So I'm open to it.
what I've seen from Kassius Ohno lately, I think it's doable.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's senseless to have another match. Though his foot was under the ropes, I mean, it was an okay. Maybe they're trying to take an okay match and turn it to a great match.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
they watched the tapes and realized, okay, we could have done this better. We could have had this spot here, that spot there, and maybe they'll put on a clinic for us. Who knows?
Well, speaking of okay matches, up next is Joseph Connors versus the debuting Oliver Carter. We saw a video package for this guy last week, and he sounded Jamaican.
Yeah.
And enough that we were talking about it, and you said, like, he's the next Jamaican. I'm like, what's the last Jamaican? And you said Kofi Kingston. And I said, yeah, 11 years ago, up until about 9.5 years ago, he was Jamaican.
And he was from West Africa.
Sure enough, this guy that we thought was Jamaican, I swear he was talking with a Jamaican accent in that video. Now he comes out, and he is from, quote, Ghana, West Africa.
Yep.
To me, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Just hilarious. But, I don't know. I've been watching the product a long time. What did you think about this second match here, Chris Willis?
I thought the match was cool. Oliver Carter, he was pretty impressive. He was pretty athletic. He was pretty good in the ring. I know Joseph Carter's really needed a victory because Nigel McGuinness on commentary kept bringing it up a couple times. And when Joseph Connors hit the finisher, don't look down. I'm like, okay, 1, okay, 2, okay. Holy crap! He won a match for the first time in 6 months. True story. In 6 months.
Wow.
Yep.
Since February the 6th of 2019.
Wow.
That's incredible. I'm glad you had the notes on that, though.
I was over here in the same boat, okay? I was actually thinking, we haven't had a superstar yet that's gotten a package like that, came on, and lost in her debut. It'd be neat if Joseph Connors got the win, especially since he's still doing that whole breaking the shiny new toys thing and hasn't broken shit. So for him to actually pick up the victory on this one, I'm like, it's gotta be the new tights.
Yeah, he has had a different look just about every time we've seen him in the ring for the last 4 or 5 matches.
Yeah.
All the way back. I think the longest he's kept a look was when he was looking like the NXT UK logo.
Yeah, the red and gold jacket.
Yeah.
With the tassels.
It was hard to look at, man.
Yeah, it was horrendous.
Chris Mace, what did you think about this match?
Thought it was a pretty decent match. I was surprised Connors won, but he needed the win. Normally, they went against the grain. Normally, if somebody debut and they normally win their debut match. So it's one of those rarities that didn't. That was kind of surprising to me, but I'm glad Connors got the win. I do like Connors. He's one of my 5 favorites on NXT UK, even though he loses a lot. But so I was really glad he got the win on this one.
It's okay to like Connors because he's super innovative, and we got to see some cool shit out of him in this match as well.
Yeah, he pulled out new moves.
That's what he does.
So he hits this I call it a face first suplex. It's a vertical suplex, but he drops him forward and goes all the way down with him. And then comes off of that by running at, what's this guy's name?
Oliver Carter.
Oliver Carter. He runs at Oliver and does an inverted snapmare. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. And it was really devastating looking. Like, it looks like it would break your neck. Anyway, Carter comes back with some my notes. I don't have this in the notes, but mentally, my notes on Oliver Carter is that he really loves the gut punch.
Yeah.
Really, really loves the gut punch. Lefts and rights and Jesus. But he gets back in control somewhere, and he hits this top rope Meteora. Comes off with 2 lariats and a belly-to-belly overhead throw, but then goes for a lion salt and misses. And off of that, Connors grabs him up for the don't look down, which is a cradle flatliner.
Yeah.
And I wish he did more cradle moves. But at the very least, we got a new move out of him. And I enjoyed this match. But I don't think it was great or anything.
It wasn't, but there was I think the celebration of him winning a match was greater than the match in general.
I think Oliver Carter is still a little green. His moveset is not fully developed. Like his rapid fire, those last few moves that I talked about, the meteor off the top, the 2 lariats, and the belly to belly overhead throw, that looked like it was his 5 moves of doom kind of thing.
Yeah.
That he does all the time. He probably hits the lion salt and that's his finisher, but he missed. Good match, not great. Anybody not talk about it?
No.
Sweet. Up next is all of the matches for NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff in a row with their graphics. And if this is how we see the matches happen,
it will completely shatter my order.
Yeah, it'll not only shatter the general's order of matches for TakeOver, but nobody guessed this order.
No.
In our predictions video, nobody. So they started with Noam Dar versus Travis Banks, then the last man standing match with Mastiff and Joe Coffey, and then the triple threat tag team match for the titles, and then the women's title, and then the men's title.
Which also makes a lot of sense.
It does.
It's scary how much sense that order makes.
I think we all just took for granted that the tag teams were going to start the show.
Yeah.
Because the tag team title matches have started takeovers, at least 5 out of the last 6 of them.
Yeah.
Something like that, if you include both brands. So after this, we get an interview with Cesaro. This is a WWE.com exclusive. This is from Raw or SmackDown. I think it was SmackDown. He was leaving, and he was getting talked to about, he's about to fly to China. But then he says, not just China.
I'm making a pit stop to Cardiff.
Yeah, he's going to go to Wales, and he is going to show up at NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff. Mm-hmm. And we think he's either going to challenge for a match, or possibly, again, Travis Banks is going to get injured before his match. And
then we know him Dar versus Cardiff. I mean, Cesaro.
Versus Cesaro at Cardiff. And I personally would love to see that match.
Yeah.
It would be much better than Travis Banks, I think. Could be wrong. Any notes on Cesaro here?
I have a question here. I'll start with you, good brother. Do you see this actually panning out to be Cesaro hanging out there for a while? And what do you think his plans are for being there if he does stick around?
Oh, man. That's a good question, Jerry. Maybe he might just hang out, sit in the crowd, just watch the matches. That's all I can really think of right now.
I don't think they'd hype it if he wasn't going to get involved somehow.
Yeah. I still think he'll stick around there for a little bit, possibly even team up with Kassius Ohno. And like some... Yeah. And
you've been looking forward to that for a while.
I have Kings of Wrestling back together again and have them in NXT UK.
Oh my god, dude. Jerry has been... Go back 8 months or 10 months to when we started doing these videos.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that Jerry talked about a lot, was getting Chris Hero and Antonio Castanelli?
It was a Claudio Castanelli. Claudio.
Antonio Cesaro, Claudio okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting those two back together as a tag team. And, over the last 6 months, I feel like you've forgotten about that. And suddenly Cesaro's going to NXT UK, where it just so happens Kassius Ohno has sort of been traded to.
Yep. And then have Sheamus show back up and just throw a wrench and everything. And that would just make some great television.
Sheamus would be great in NXT UK. I think we put him there when we did our fantasy draft.
Mm-hmm.
So after this, we get a video package for Piper Niven and Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley, who, by the way, we saw on NXT, and we reviewed that yesterday with our What's NXT video. And
yes, we did.
Wow. That was awesome.
That was epic is what that was.
She said, "You've never beaten me, bitch." Boom! I was like, that's all you need to say. That's all you need to say. Wow. So this is going to wrap things up, I think, I hope. Next week, we are going to get this match. Piper Niven, Rhea Ripley 2.
Yep. Predictions for this match? We'll go with Willis first. Ripley. What do you think, good brother?
Man, that's a tough one, man. I know Rhea Ripley does need her comeback victory, but I'm going to go Piper Niven for one more time.
I see Ripley getting disqualified. I see her beating the shit out of Niven, possibly to the point where Johnny says,
I really wish this match was on TakeOver.
I think that's the best way to end the match. Even though I would hate to see it end like that, you don't want to give Rhea Ripley the win if she's leaving, and this gives 100% booking to Piper Niven. You know, she looks good coming out of this, but you also want Rhea Ripley to look good coming out of this because she's about to go into a program with Shayna Baszler on NXT. So, yeah, Niven gets the win, but Rhea gets to look good by beating the shit out of her and getting disqualified.
Maybe, like, not break the referee's 10 count doing something, or
the 5 count.
Yeah.
Beating on her in the corner, some shit like that. Where he's had to break it up too many times. Finally, he calls for the bell.
Yep, a whole bunch of referees come out, separate them, and Johnny Saint and Sid Scala come out and send her on her way.
Now we have two choices here. Our next segment is the final match of the show. But after that, we have a video package for Walter versus Tyler Bate. And then we have sort of a closing argument, if you will. Not really main event status, I think. So do we rate the final match, or do we rate the final segment for the main event?
I think we've done final match each time. No, contract signings we've actually done.
Yeah.
Ratings for.
Is this enough to warrant rating, is what I'm saying? Because this match definitely is.
Yeah, I think we should go with the match.
Alright, so basically, for all intents and purposes, let's move to the second and third thing, and then we'll come back and do the match.
That sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan to you guys? Great, that was lag. Let's do this.
So we said we weren't going to review the video packages. This is where we get all of the crap. All of the crap that has led up to Tyler Bate challenging Walter for the title. Yeah, just, I mean, NXT does it great.
We pretty much saw the formation of Imperium, the, like, running roughshod over Mustache Mountain, Brave Strong Style, whatever you want to call them, and Walter beating the living shit out of Tyler Bate, and then Alexander Wolf showing up, and all sort of crap, so.
Yeah.
But.
And then to close the show, we had Zach Gibson and James Drake, collectively known as the Grizzled Young Veterans. And they're just there to bitch and moan and complain that this has become a triple threat tag team championship match because the team of Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster only qualified with singles matches. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And this puts them at a disadvantage. And it's not fair. And then this is answered by Gallus coming out.
Who have the snazziest t-shirts ever.
Yeah. They come out very slowly, and they come to the ring, but not in the ring. And then Mark Andrews' music hits, and him and Flash Morgan Webster run out there, run past him, get in the ring, and immediately one of them headbutts Zach Gibson, I think.
Oh, it was Flash Morgan Webster without the helmet.
Yeah.
He needs to have the freaking helmet if he's headbutting people.
Oh, that's dangerous.
That'd be sick.
Maybe make the helmet out of paper mache or something.
Or give that thing to Dragunov. At least he'd use it.
No, he would. So this breaks down into a fight that ends with the Grizzled Young Veterans duking it out with Gallus, while Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster are on the mat getting stomped by all four of them.
That's why, like, it's moments like those that make me feel even more confident in my prediction that they're going to be walking away with the titles on Saturday.
Chris Willis, what do you think about the closing segment?
See.
What do you guys think of the closing
Chris Willis.
segment? Or Chris Willis? It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Was the question? Who do I have to win the tag team title?
No. What did you think of the segment?
Oh, it was cool. You know, I feel bad for Mark Coffey because he slipped on that apron hella hard. It's okay because he slipped. I wanted Mark Flash Morgan Webster to get hurt by Wolfgang hella bad, like get out this match, but he's okay now. But you know,
nothing's gonna take him out of this match.
Nope.
Because he's such a feather, you know. It was cool. You know, the build-up has been really great for the tag team division. I'm really digging it.
Oh, maybe that will be the case. Flash Warrior Webster gets taken out, and Mark Andrew and Cesaro team up.
He's a featherweight, man.
That would be cool.
I would actually kind of dig that.
That would be cool. Or somehow you just stick Kassius Ohno and.
Do you think he'd do the punch thing, but like the Mark Andrews music?
Oh, I've completely forgotten about him doing that punch thing. Oh, the whole bar tag team was the best thing in the world for him. Jeez. So let's move on to what we are going to call the main event. This is Kenny Williams versus Jordan Devlin. This match was set up last week in an interview segment where Jordan Devlin was complaining about not being on NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting much out of this match.
I wasn't expecting shit.
This was the one match on the show that did exceed my expectations.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was going to be the only match we were going to get this evening. I completely forgot about Oliver Carter debuting. And I'm like, it'll probably be just this match and all video packages, and you really shut your whore mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, no, don't you jinx this for us. Jesus. I have like half a page of notes for this match.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap, this was a really good match. Let's start with Chris Mace.
I say Devlin is, like I said, I will keep telling everybody, Devlin needs to have a mid-card title or be the UK champion. This is why he can carry any wrestler in that ring. He could take a broomstick and carry a broomstick to a good match. This is how good this man is.
Yep.
Like I said, this match, where I wasn't expecting much out of Kenny Williams, but like I said, this is how great Devlin is, because Devlin can make any wrestler look amazing and a whole lot better than they normally are in the ring.
This is true.
Yeah.
But we're talking Kenny Williams here.
Yeah.
Chris Willis.
I thought the match was good. The last 3-4 minutes of the match was pretty interesting. I know Kenny Williams was suffering a little bit of a rib injury / little back injury early on in the match. But, you know, Jordan Devlin really didn't work on it too much because, you know.
That was the sickest backbreaker I've seen in a very long time.
That was my first note
executed by a guy named Roderick Strong.
He goes for like a high angle belly to back driver.
Yeah.
Stalls on it and then comes down with a backbreaker across his shoulder.
Yeah.
And then proceeds to work over the midsection for the rest of the match.
Mm-hmm.
It was really great. Any other notes, Chris Willis?
I'm not surprised that Jordan Devlin won. It sucks that he's not going to be at NXT TakeOver Cardiff. It sucks. It really does. He needs to be like a mid-card champion. Like, I'm not feeling Kenny Williams. I feel like he's just cookie cutter. He's milking cookies. He doesn't bring too much excitement to me. He brings a little bit of an edge, but I just look at Jordan Devlin like, man, you deserve better than this.
He really does.
Like, I swear to God, he deserves better than this.
He
like,
really does.
Him not on a takeover just sucks.
He deserves to be the inaugural NXT European champion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Please have a 16-man tournament for that, please.
And him win it.
Yeah. I would not be against that.
He'd come out the other side a babyface, but I think that'd be all right.
That's what bothered me about this match. Because what I was really hoping for was that we're going to get a double turn in this match. Because he got so many great reactions in his match against Alexander Wolf, to the point where I'm like, oh my god, is Jordan Devlin turning face here? And then at the same time, Kenny Williams is being enticed by Noam Dar. At the same time, it's like, is Kenny Williams going to go heel? This would have been the time to do either one of those things. But they kept with the formula they have right now, and they still put on a great match. But I was waiting for something to happen, and nothing ever came of it.
No, you're going to see Kenny Williams come out and help Noam Dar win if he's going to turn heel.
Yeah.
You want to save that for Cardiff.
Punch Travis Banks right in his flat face.
So we saw some new shit out of Devlin. We saw him put Kenny Williams in a torture rack.
Mm-hmm.
There's a throwback. Not a lot of people use a torture rack as an actual submission anymore.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
It's a pretty sweet setup move for a certain move we saw last night that knocked out Keith Lee.
Well, at one point, Jordan Devlin goes for a Spanish fly off the apron, and Kenny Williams blocks it. He ends up coming off the apron with these back elbows he likes to throw. Like, he comes off the top rope, but then with a back elbow. And I don't know, Jordan Devlin sells it well, but if it wasn't for him selling it so well, it looks like a weak-ass move.
Yeah.
Just saying. So Jordan catches Kenny Williams going for some move. We didn't know what it was at the time. We know what he was going for now. He's going for some move off the wheelbarrow that he jumps into, but Devlin catches him when he was going for the momentum and he was vertical. Catches him single arm behind the head. So our second half Nelson suplex of the night. Only it was sort of an inverted cradle, because Kenny Williams' legs were still around Jordan Devlin's midsection. So that was interesting. And then, let's see. Jordan Devlin goes for that Devlin side, and Kenny Williams blocks it, and then goes for a jawbreaker lariat that Devlin counters into the Spanish fly for a near fall. And then Devlin goes up top with Kenny Williams and sets up for a fireman's carry, like he's going to drop him. And then Williams gets out of it and counters with a Frankensteiner, which was pretty sweet looking.
Mm-hmm.
And then the wheelbarrow move. So he does that wheelbarrow, comes up, and then goes through the legs, and it's essentially a facebuster bomb. Because he hits it like somebody would hit on the other side for a sunset bomb, but it's frontwards. So it plants his face into the mat. He should have gotten a pinfall, but when he rolls into the cover, he goes too far and actually rolls Jordan Devlin out of the pinfall. So that was his opportunity to win the match, and he lost it. So he goes for a headlock driver. Shout out to Dean Ambrose or John Moxley. His original Dirty Deeds. I don't know why he had to stop doing that.
It's a very dangerous looking move, but at the same time, like, he's a dangerous looking fellow.
It looks less dangerous than a regular DDT. So anyway, he goes for that, but Jordan Devlin ends up running him into the corner and diving through the ropes so that Kenny Williams goes chest first into that turnbuckle. And this was pretty much the end for Kenny Williams. Devlin hits a moonsault onto Kenny, who is on his stomach, so he lands it on his back, again working on that lower back, and gets a near fall. So he tries to go for that Devlin side again, but Williams won't let go of the bottom rope, so Jordan Devlin just grabs him up and starts wailing, just kicking him in the face over and over until he looks like he's just knocked out, and then he kicks his hand off the ropes and then hits the Devlin side. 1, 2, 3, Jordan Devlin with the victory.
It still kills me it took you forever to catch that.
The pun of the name Devlin side. I thought, that's a stupid name. his last name, and then what does side mean? What the fuck does that mean? And finally I said those words out loud, and Jerry's like, are you serious? You don't get it? I'm like, get what? And then I run the words through my head, I say it out loud, and I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. So that brings us to the end of the main event, and here on the NXT party, we like to rate the main event using good old-fashioned NXT. So, let's start with Chris Willis. Out of 5 spots of NXT, where do you rate this main event match?
Furtive action. What do you got?
And okay, I know I can be a very tough critic, but this one was really hard for me. But I'll be nice. 3, just 3 spots of T.
3 spots of T. What about you, Chris Mace?
I'm gonna agree with Good Brother and say 3 spots of T.
Jerry?
Simpsons did it. I'm even wearing the shirt. Like the Spanish Fly, the torture rack like maneuver and everything. I'm sitting here thinking, it's like, it's all seems so familiar. It's like Simpsons did it. Keith Lee, Dominic Dijakovic did it last night. They did it better. But at the same time, this match was great because Devlin was in it. So I'm going to go middle of the road as well. I'm going to say 3 as well. It didn't disappoint, but it didn't exactly, overwhelm me either.
I was blown away by this match. I don't agree with any of it.
Of course.
I was blown away by this match, not because of Jordan Devlin. Obviously, I look forward to those matches and what he can bring out of his opponent. In this case, it was Kenny Williams. As I have said over the last several months, Kenny Williams entertains the fuck out of me when he gets a hot tag in a tag team match, and then he goes fucking buck wild, and then eventually hits that wrecking ball drop kick through the ropes, skins the cat, comes back off the ropes with the suicide dive. Great sequence, love it.
Yes.
He doesn't skin the cat anymore.
No.
What the fuck? He does that move in this match, but he hits the drop kick and releases, then throws Devlin in, who rolls to the outside. So after he's already gotten in the ring, then he comes off with the suicide dive, and I'm like, fuck, man, you've ruined the sequence.
Yep.
But impressed the shit out of me in this match, Kenny Williams did, and I'm gonna go 3.5 spots of NXT. Yeah, believe it or not.
Yeah, I was about to say, you ranked higher. That's a little different.
So,
well, this show is a little different in general,
I guess. That brings us to the end of this episode of the NXT Party. Thank you guys for being on the show. A pleasure as always. Chris Mace, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter. Just look up Christopher Mace. You'll find me there. Support Colin Andrews and the Chopping Block. He does great work with that show. Support the Simple Man Noah Foster with 205 Live Matters, and he does great reviews with. We had a prediction videos up there with the Team NDQ for New Japan this coming Saturday as well. So we got a lot of wrestling this coming Saturday. So we have a lot of reviews up right now.
So that's Colin Andrew at YouTube at Colin Space Andrew.
Yep.
Cindy G, that's simply_C_OK. That's on YouTube, and we've got a couple of others.
Yeah.
James, you can look up Weymouth Youth Wrestling, WEYMOUTH Youth Wrestling. That's their CAW league, and it's great production.
Oh,
it's really long. Like you got the time to watch it though. It's great production.
No DQ brought back their CAW as well.
And we've got Owen Finch at Wrestling Fortune 44.
Yep.
And Owen the Talkinator for non-wrestling stuff. So, Chris Willis, where can we find you?
Follow me on Facebook, Christopher Willis. Follow me on Instagram, Chris J. Willis86. Follow me on Twitter, GB Chris Willis 86. Follow my AEW Nations group on Facebook. We finally just hit 1,400 members.
Wow.
So Saturday, I'm going to be turning off social media because I'm not going to be watching NXT Cardiff live. I'm going to be watching AEW All Out. So I'm just going to be staying away, spoiler free. So that's all I really got to say.
Oh, that's right. They're on West Coast time.
Yeah, we're gonna be watching. Yeah. We're gonna be watching live.
We're gonna be watching live at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, before I ever even get up normally.
Yep.
It's gonna be a hell of a day, and then we've got a board game party.
Actually, comes on at 11 o'clock here in California.
So also look up Noah Foster at Noah Foster 210, and he does 205 Live Matters.
Yep.
He's our brother.
Yeah.
From another mother.
What?
So thank you guys again for joining us. If you'd like to join us on a future episode of the NXT party, come have a spot of NXT with us. Help us review a future episode of NXT UK. You can find me on Twitter. Go to nodq.com/Stefan. That's STEFAN. If you just want to look me up on Twitter, it's at Stefan R. Osborne, OSBORNE. As always, the R stands for restricted, because I say a lot of fucks. Say a lot of fucks. You can also find The Gentleman on Twitter.
At NoDQ General, and also my Facebook group Armbar, all capital, ARMBAR.
Exclamation point. Sweet.
The lag is getting a little less. They're just starting sooner. It works out very, very well. It
worked out really well.
It worked out extremely well. So, join us there. Don't try to add us directly on Facebook. It will not bode well for you. Get to know us. Buy us burgers, then be like, hey, can I add you on Facebook? And we'll be like, no fries, bitch.
You don't have to buy us burgers. But the fans at the No DQ meetup who we had sausages with, they got to add us.
Yeah.
I got to try kangaroo sausage and crocodile.
Ooh, can I finally say it? I can see why it says Stephanie McMahon has stuck with Triple H for so long. Because Gabe sausage is that damn good.
So anyway, I never thought that I would have to travel to Canada to try kangaroo. So you can also find me on Instagram at osborne.stefan. I do not post anything. I don't think I have any content whatsoever. But it'd be hilarious if I got like 100 subscribers, or not subscribers, followers.
Yeah.
So if you want to join me in that endeavor, feel free. If not, it's cool, bro. Other than that, if you like our video, please click the like button that's underneath me down here. And if you like all of our videos, do yourself a favor. Click the subscribe button that's over there underneath Jerry.
In the mug region.
If you're already subscribed to NoDQ.com's YouTube channel, click that bell icon. Because What's NXT, the show we do yesterday, will start going live when we finally hit 100 subscribers.
And stay there more than a week.
Stay there. Every time we go to do it live, we are back down to 99.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, we're going to start doing that live at 100. So if you'd like to help subscribe to our channel, it's Aftermatch Wrestling, all one word, AFTERMATCH, Aftermatch Wrestling.
We gotta work on that one.
We gotta work on that one.
That's a new one.
That's where these videos go live first. Well, not live. Well, they go there first.
Yeah.
And in high definition. So support Aftermatch Wrestling by subscribing and clicking the share button. Okay. Sharing us with your friends. If you have friends that happen to watch NXT UK, maybe they'll happen to like watching us bullshit about the show.
Or if they're just beard enthusiasts.
Yeah, we got a lot of beard going on.
A lot of beards.
A lot of beard going on.
A lot of beard. Not so much on Chris Mace, but otherwise, beard game, strong.
So, for the notorious CJW, good brother Chris Willis, for the holiday Chris Mace, for the General Jerry Slaughter, I'm the Wizard of No DQ, Stefan Osborne. Thank you for having a spot of NXT with us, and we will see you NXT time.
Go buy a shirt, No DQ.
Support No DQ.